No, but okay. So King City. Okay, so my question is too. Did you have? Okay, is this a fair question to ask? Okay, and maybe it's a two-part thing. Do you think there's influence from the people around you? Because we grew up in the same, same area, been around the same people. Maybe we had some different paths that we went down and everything, but generally around the same town, the same people, and the same feeling for a lot of stuff that they do, right? So, do you think the influence comes from around the people, or do you think none of the influence matters is if you're around like good, solid family, right? And I'll give you an example to kind of explain it a little bit more. Meaning, like, okay, say if you're around people in King City who, quote unquote, more or less doing things that they shouldn't do, right? Say if they're running around the streets, say if they're out here stealing, robbing, gangs, whatever be the case. Do you think it's more easily to be influenced by them, or do you think it's more, or you find more influence in family to separate the two? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I have a big family, so I have, my cousins were my friends.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's a lot of influence in the people that you grow up with because, my cousins were older.
Yeah.
So, like, the friends in school, you spend more time with those people.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're the ones that bring you on to, good or bad.
Yeah.
And I've had, like, friends that
Go down that route.
Yeah,
Right,
go down that route where they do steal and
Yeah.
other shit.
Yeah. Because he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's never one person. It's always like a group, and I feel like that's where the influence comes from. And it's not to say that the family's not a big thing, but in that moment where it's kind of like black and white, a yes or a no, and it depends on who you're with at that moment. If those people are going to be choosing to do some wild shit, you're more than likely going to be doing that because that's entrapment. You're already there with them.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, I think it's like a family influence too, though, right? So if you come from someone who's just like, not that close or not that tight with your family, but you're more so closer and feel connected to the streets. Only speaking from, previous experience too is like, you might feel like you have family that's blood, but then you might have family that's out here in the streets that are your closest ones, So I feel like there's influence in that too. And the reason why I asked that too is because I was interested in knowing from you too is like you have the influence of, you have your friends that were may or may not have been wilding out. Maybe some of them chill. Maybe some of them have sports and everything too. But then you have your family close, tight, and everybody's like right there and everything. But what's key and the difference is that not to give too much information from your own personal stuff, but it's like you have a relative who's was involved or is involved. Oh, actually more so was involved, but like the police force. So then it's like, does that hinder it? You know what I mean? Does that affect a few things? Because you might have some people that maybe want to bring you in and get influenced it, but they might be second guessing themselves, being like, oh no, but his family member this, so maybe let's not do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was there a little bit of that? Or do you think it was like, you just were close with your friends that they never even wanted to even bring you around that?
Nah, for the most part, I was cool with everybody. I think they try to keep me away from it, if anything. But they would have like older brothers or relatives that would get locked up. The word always came back was like, "Yo, your family in the law enforcement, they were always cool with me. They were respectful, and that's what they like. That they were never trying to be screwed over. So they always had more. People always had trust in me.
Yeah,
that I'm not gonna,
do that.
Yeah,
for sure. I guess I can relate to that too. And I'll tell you why after we start with the Pinot. This is the next one, the Pinot, right? This third one, right?